this video, dedicating this video to Mr.AGuer Panyang, whose voices of reason have served our country. Much have not been talked about in terms of what these few individuals do behind the scenes, and definitely on my part recognize the importance of their contribution. When these dignitaries comes to United States, Australia, Canada, they don't get the media coverage they deserve, such that we should be able to know their important contribution. But most often it is the work of citizen voices like myself and yourself, wherever you are, to take a chance and tell the world about these few individuals. In the next few days, while I'm still here before my journey going to East Africa, I'll be doing some few dedication to few members of the SPLM to show that we do appreciate your work and we do appreciate your contribution for our country and your sacrifices every day, putting your family at risk and yourself to make men like myself dream comes true, and to serve the country above yourself interest. Of course, we just became a young nation, and being a young country, we still have a lot of problems that we have to deal with. The country is on transition, and the transition means that things are not perfect, and we don't expect overnight things to be okay. It will take a lot of patience from each one of us. Just do your part and I do my part, and instead of blaming who's doing what and who's not doing what, how about we just feel sense of honor to be alive in our time and be part of the great history the world has ever known. South Sudan as a young nation in the globe. I'm not a politician by any stretch of imagination. I'm just a simple, skilled individual in the areas of electronic communication. And each and every day I felt the need to share my skills with others around the world in terms of putting up video coverage. Men like AGuer Panyang and others who served this country with everything they had voluntarily deserve our utmost respect and appreciation. I'm sure with these few videos that I've collected will give Mr.AGuer Panyang sense of reason and believe that his services is most appreciated. And I'll do some few dedications to Mr. Pagana Mom, Mr. Mr-AGuer, and I'll do some few dedications to His Excellency President Salva Kiir Mayardit, the men who have done so much with little, with so much stress of time. Any presidency job is not a simple joke of putting on suit and speaking tough. It's just a broad range of so many decisions you have to deal with, and you have to deal with so many different political challenges. So for anyone to walk up in his bedroom and pinpoint that so and so is not doing the job, or this president is a weak president, or that president is, you just have no idea how the framework of management works. Presidency is not like managing a store or managing a school. It's a group of so many nation challenges you have to deal with. Some tough to come into, and you deal with so many pressure from both sides. The side that is supporting you, the side that is opposing you, the side that you want to please, the side that you don't want. So much you have to deal with. And you put even the most wisest man in the universe to be stressed and to make mistakes. So the idea that President Kiir is weak, President Kiir do not have what it takes to be a president, is just all nonsense. I bet you would not even make it if you were to be elected president, let alone running big institutions of the government. So let's take a deep breath and just cool down and give a man a chance to govern. We never had a self-governed institution in South Sudan. It's something new to many, all of us. And instead of blaming things that are not okay, the question is, what are you doing yourself to contribute to the country? So if you're not doing anything important to contribute to the country, you might just want to keep quiet and leave the people who are carrying the business of ruling the country. This job is tough job that can check the foundation of any man. I don't care whether you have PhD in whatever, you're still gonna have problems when governing the institution of men and their problems. So that's just a little bit of response to people who suggest that Kiir is weak, Kiir is this, Kiir is that. Again, I'm not a politician, I'm just a citizen, and I have opinion just like every one of you does. And my opinion suggests that I don't buy the notion that suggests that he's weak, because if you cannot take care of your own self, how do you suggest you will take care of the nation? And this man has record and dedication to have done it. So as time goes by, I'll present some few videos of Mr-AGuer Panyang that I was able to put my hand on. And I share my deepest sense of honor and gratitude to have the privilege to find some kind of new ways to visually serve the country in a way other people are not. And I'm sure as members of the government, if you like my services, I would appreciate you give me the resources so that I continue to add more voice to what already established. Again, thank you so much, Mr-AGuer Panyang. I hope these few videos kind of bring sense of rejoice and happiness, knowing that members of the Sudanese community, regardless of their tribal differences, appreciate your service. And you have done a wonderful job in a very hard type of environment with little resources, and you volunteer without questioning the integrity of any decision of everyday life. You sacrifice your family and your time to make men like myself become a voice of reason, and to make men like myself have purpose in life to look up to. And I'm sure as long as I continue to live as a South Sudanese in exile, I'll continue to serve my country in different ways other people are not. I'm not going to get into this political rhetoric of being negative to government officials. I'm not buying that concept, because we just became a young nation, and the definition of transition is always there going to be problem, and there's no perfect government. Even government in the West, United States, United Kingdom, Austria, Germany, Russia, all those great democratic nations establish the institution through struggle. And every government that is founded on the principle of democracy goes through challenges. So the idea that South Sudan would wake up overnight and become a democratic state, free and fair and all this stuff, is just doesn't add up. Maybe you don't know politics. Maybe you haven't gone to school enough to understand how government works, or you haven't educated yourself enough to the role of government and the people. The role of government is to provide opportunities, and the role of people is to lift themselves up with their own bootstrap and make life for themselves. Government is not going to provide for everybody, and that's the misunderstanding that has not been made clearly. The idea that take the town to the village was a principle of government services to the village, and the village should take the moral obligation and responsibilities to uplift themselves. If you were a man enough to have the family, then you should have the courage to take care of that family. Free society is based on competition and based on production. So we should not just be waiting for rations or some kind of gift from the government to make us more independent. Independent is what you do with your life. Freedom means do as you wish, but not expect. So again, thank you so much for taking your time.
SPLA base at Werwit, and this is a clear violation to the international norms of respect for territorial integrity and sovereignty of the Republic of South Sudan. Yesterday, the 12th of this month, September 2012, an hostile Antonov hovered over Unity State of Western Upper Nile for 3 hours, starting from 7:30 in the morning up to 10:30, while 2 helicopters painted with UN white color resembling the UN peacekeeping planes had been ferrying troops from the northern part or the southern part of Sudan into Pantau Hijlik. This has been going on through the day yesterday, and it was witnessed by the civil populations and the SPLA in the area. By 4 o'clock, 4:20 exactly, 2 MiG-23 violated the airspace of South Sudan and hovered over Abiemnom and Mayom counties. This was a shocking interference for the civil populations that had been following keenly the diplomatic effort in Addis Ababa being conducted by AU to resolve the border issues and the problem of Abyei between the Republic of South Sudan and the Republic of Sudan. Definitely, the SPLA has been aware of all these violations, and we have tried to keep
within the territories of South Sudan, and they are trying to annex this place called Sira Malaka. So it's a spot that they have already its own tension, but South have been amassing a lot of forces in that border, and if the trend we are seeing in Western Upper Nile continues, we are sure Sudan is going to open that front again, and the SPLA is ready. Yesterday, the Minister of Defense announced that he was going to pray in Hijlik. We were asked, they were telling the media that they are controlling part of Hijlik. We even doubted our commanders in the field, and we started questioning them. They said there's nowhere that anybody can claim to be controlling part of Hijlik. We thought they are at a distance of 30 kilometers, within 30 kilometers. So if they advance today, definitely SPLA is ready to fight back and repulse them. We are sure they might be advancing to Hijlik, but SPLA
الجيش الشعبي بالأمس نبه الجمهور أن الخرطوم تخطط عدوانا جديدا على منطقة بانيانغ وجاو. الهجوم حصل في تمام الساعة 7:30 صباح اليوم. تمكنت الجيش الشعبي، قوات الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان الأبطال، من دهر الهجوم وطاردت المهاجمين 5 كيلومترات في اتجاه بانتاو هجليج. استولى على 3-4 محملة بمدافع رشاشة ثقيلة، وقتل 27 من المهاجمين. الجيش الشعبي فقد 2 من أبطاله و3 من الجرحى. القيادة العامة للجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان يحذر الخرطوم من الاستمرار في شن عدوانها على مناطق جنوب السودان، وخاصة في ولاية الوحدة. حين الجيش الشعبي يتابع في الأيام الماضية تخطيط للهجوم على بانيانغ وعلى منطقة جاو. الجيش الشعبي ما زالت على وعد أنه سيلغن المهاجمين دروسا في البصالة وفي الصمود. مصدر المياه في كوبري أغوغ للأسف وصولهم للكوبري وجدوا زميلهم مقتول بالغرب من معسكر الجيش السوداني. فمن شدة الانفعال اشتبكت القوتين في هذا الصباح وحدث اشتباكات النتج عنه انسحاب قوات القوة السودانية الموجود في كيركو في منطقة وهرقوت، ونتج عن هذا الاشتباك مقتل 15 في صفوف الجيش السوداني و7 في صفوف الجيش الشعبي، وتم جرح 20 من أفراد الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان. الجيش الشعبي لتحرير السودان مزيد من الهجمات في هذه المنطقة، لأن الجيش السوداني تضرب بالمدفعية طويلة المدى عشوائيا داخل حدود جنوب السودان وداخل أراضيهم في منطقة شمال السودان التابعة لجنوب ولا شرق دارفور.